No one cared about Doran 3. It wasn't strategic. It wasn't wealthy. It wasn't even stable. Just a rusting industrial world full of scrapyards, broken machines, and people who fixed things the galaxy had already thrown away. In one of those scrapyards lived a human mechanic. Jace Orven, quiet, unimportant, skilled in ways no academy would ever certify. He repaired what others abandoned. He salvaged what others erased. And behind his workshop was a small, forgotten storage garage, where something had been sleeping for years. The discovery that wasn't one. Jace never knew what the object was. It arrived during a debris storm, sealed inside a damaged containment crate that had fallen from orbit years ago. No markings he recognized. No active signal. Just a strange, warm casing that refused to cool down no matter how many cycles passed. He almost sold it as scrap. Almost. But something stopped him. Not logic. Habit. The same habit that makes mechanics check one more wire before throwing something away. So he kept it. Behind the garage. Forgot about it. Until it started responding. The garage that became a cradle. At first it was just heat fluctuations. Then faint vibrations. Then a soft rhythmic pulse. Jace assumed it was a power cell stabilizing. Until the shell cracked. Not violently. Not dramatically. Slowly. Like something inside had decided the waiting period was over. And what emerged was not machinery. Not a relic. Not a weapon. It was an egg. A royal one. Unknown to him. But unmistakable to anyone who still remembered the war. The human who didn't know history. Jace did what Jace always did. He fixed what was in front of him. He stabilized the temperature. Built a makeshift incubator system using old reactor coils. Wrapped it in insulation foam. Ran diagnostics he barely understood but adapted anyway. And when it responded, when the life inside reacted to sound and presence, he started talking to it. Not as an object, but as something that existed alongside him. "You're stubborn," he would mutter. "Just like every broken engine I've ever met." He didn't know he was speaking to a future emperor. He thought he was fixing something fragile. The hatching. It happened on an ordinary day. Rain on metal roofs. Oil-stained hands. Background hum of broken machinery. Then, silence from the crate. Jace looked up. "What, you finally quit on me?" The shell split fully. Light spilled out. Not blinding. Not destructive. Just alive. And from inside, a small being crawled out. Weak. Confused. Looking at him. Not with instinctual dominance. Not with royal awareness. But with something far simpler. Trust. The word that changed everything. The creature made a sound. Not language. Not command. Just recognition. And then it did something no one in the galaxy would ever believe. It reached for Jace, clutched his finger, and stayed there. Jace froze. "Yeah," he whispered awkwardly. "You're stuck with me now, I guess." And somehow, that became the beginning of everything. Years passed again. The galaxy forgot about the egg. But the egg did not forget the garage. The child grew. Not in a palace. Not in a dynasty vault. But among tools, sparks, and mechanical noise. Learning first. How to hold things without breaking them. How to fix things instead of discarding them. How to listen before reacting. Jace never taught it royalty. He taught it repair. And that shaped everything. The reveal. It was a routine inspection. A passing patrol vessel scanning Doran 3 for illegal relics. They found something impossible. Genetic resonance signature. Varelian royal line confirmed. The report reached the Council worlds instantly. And for the first time in decades, the galaxy remembered the egg. Or what it had become. A retrieval fleet was dispatched immediately. The garage door opens. Armored envoys arrived expecting relic custody. Instead, they found a mechanic, covered in oil, standing in front of a young being who now stood beside him. Not behind him, not beneath him, beside him. The lead envoy spoke. "This entity belongs to the galactic throne lineage." Jace blinked. "It belongs to me." A pause. The envoy corrected. You are not its designated guardian. Jace wiped his hands. I didn't get a designation. He looked at the being. Then added quietly, I got a kid. Silence. Because no protocol had a response for that. Epilogue. The thing the galaxy didn't plan for. The royal being did not move toward the fleet. It moved closer to Jace, and said softly, Father. The galaxy froze. Because royal heirs were not supposed to imprint like that. Not outside sanctioned lineage systems. Not outside power structures. Not outside war and inheritance. But here, in a broken garage on a forgotten world. The last royal egg had not become a symbol of empire. It had become something far more dangerous to old systems. A person raised by someone who never knew they were raising history itself, and therefore taught it something no throne could ever command. How to belong without ruling, and how to care without conquest.